In life, as someone who is nurturing, it's very easy to get caught up trying to assist and help and maybe even save some individuals that don't care to be saved, that don't want to be helped. They may present themselves as if they do. However, when the time comes for them to do the work that they must do in order to change themselves, they cower. I'm hearing they cower away. So that means that they don't really want to change then. Because to think that you can change without doing work, that's not possible. And I find that anytime work is involved, many people, they don't want to do it. We've become so attached to, well, not everyone, but many, like on a societal perspective, is giving entitled and spoiled in a way. That's the energy that it's giving, where there's many individuals that just expect so much from others, but they don't want to do any work for themselves in order to uplift themselves and do what they have to do for them. So they'll end up depending on you and expecting so much from you. And you could be in a phase where you're in the process of building. And I feel like every stage of life, in all actuality, you build. If you're into growth, if that's your thing, there's never really an end until it's over and it's time for you to transcend, you know, because every phase is new and we are to grow out of every phase in order to be ready and equipped for the next phase. So you may have individuals around you that you see can use a little push and you see how you can assist them. But when it comes to them investing anything, money, time, attention, then it's a problem. When they have to actually put any type of energy towards the change that they so-called desire. I almost said resire. I don't even think that's a word. No, I don't think so. It might be. But anyway, it makes me want to check it. Let me see. Because sometimes they trying to take me to a place. So let me see if this is one of those times. But it's really up to us to be able to identify those who act as if they want to change, but then they really don't. Because I mean, you could tell, because someone who genuinely wants to change, they'll end up coming to you and talking to you about newfound information and ideas that they have that they want to work towards. But if you have someone that's always talking about toxicity all the time and drama, you already know where their head is at. So if they ask for help, and then they don't want to do the work, you already know what it is. And you can also tell what it is when you see them in action, what they do on their day-to-day life. Yeah, I was just trying to make sure that wasn't a word that I don't know about. Resile. Resile is a word. That's not a word that I use often, but it sounds like resire. I was saying desire, but resire came out. But I do see a word here that says resile, and that's recoil, retract, especially. So Spirit was trying to lead me to this word. So they resile. That's what they end up doing. They retract. They pull their energy away when it comes to work. Oh, work is involved? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Now you're asking for too much, as if it's not for them. You see how some people could be so stuck in the toxicity that they begin to love it. They begin to enjoy it. They begin to thrive off of drama-filled situations and circumstances, even if it's not their own, to the point where if there's no drama going on in their life, they'll try to pull someone like you into their life to cause drama, to cause chaos, because It gets boring if everything's too peaceful and tranquil. It gets boring. So they don't have any other unique ways to find pleasure or entertainment, such as building something new, thinking about something different, you know, focusing on self-improvement. No, it always has to be something chaotic and crazy. And this is just the energy that they've come to appreciate. So once you see that someone is in that energy, why even fight that for them? Because they're clearly not fighting it. You know, they like it. They want that. They like it. But you don't. I don't feel like you do. Because this is how the energy is coming out. Because you are someone who you understand what it means to want something and not be able to get it. And you also understand how encouragement and support from someone could be helpful in your time of trying to learn something and understand something new. So you may try to be there for those that you feel can benefit from your presence. But then you're trying to sow a good seed. I heard, and they'll snatch it from you. I heard they'll snatch it from you in disgrace. You know what it's giving? It's giving you try to put somebody on. Like you try to put someone on to something that could be very beneficial to them. Like a way to make money in like an amazing way. Or like a very profitable way that is in their reach. It's within their reach. But instead of them analyzing the information and just figuring out if it's an option that they want to go with, instead what they'll do is, oh, you think you know everything? I could do this by myself. You don't need to show me this. I got this. That's when the ego gets in the way. You know, and that's their loss, because anytime you're in a room with someone that you know knows something that you don't know, it doesn't even have to be laid out as they know more than you, because that could be demeaning. That the how I phrase that could be demeaning if I phrase it in that way. They know more than you. It's not even about that. Everyone's experience and thought process is different, so they may dive into a topic that you've never even thought of before. So they know about that's something, and it just so happens that you don't know about it. When you are blessed enough to be in that environment, why not just listen? It can help you. It's for you. It's for your benefit. However, so many individuals that are in such toxicity, they can't even see when they're in an environment that is going to cause their flowers to bloom beautifully. They can't even appreciate it because they're not even there yet. They didn't even reach that stage in their spiritual journey, because everything is spiritual when you think about it. We're just not taught that. Everything that we do is spiritual. Business, our personal lives, our thoughts. We just don't think about it that way because that's not what we were taught, but that's what it is. Because everything is spiritual. It's either the dark side or the light side, and it also has to do with how do you balance that? How do you balance those energies? Can you wield them both, or is one more weighty than the other and it's causing one to be off balance? It really just depends on how you're looking at it, but it's all energy, and energy is spiritual. No matter if it's from the dark side or from the light side, it's all the same, or neutral. You know what I'm saying? So once you see that someone still, that's just showing that there's more for them to go through. There's more phases that they need to go through so that they can appreciate and respect when they're around someone who is about to elevate them. And this is someone who is in their ego in a way that can destroy them, because they're in their ego from a standpoint of, I know everything and nobody could teach me anything. However, they know when they try to reject someone's information that they're trying to help them get, to receive, they start to feel belittled in some way. That's what I'm getting. Like, they start to feel belittled, but that's a blessing to be able to receive information, because many people gatekeep and don't want you to get that good information that could help improve your life. Many people do gatekeep and they don't want you to know things even like this, because they want you to stay lost so they can excel in life and then try to look at you like you're a peasant. No, that's not right. That's not how we're supposed to treat our brothers and sisters. The ones who are actually a part of our soul family, the ones who deep down inside have the same desires and goals and values. That's defeating the purpose. So when it comes to those who, and I'm sure many of you are thinking about how many individuals you've tried to be there for, and they shunned you as if you're asking them for help, but it was really them crying out for it because they crying. And it doesn't have to be boo-hoo with the tears, but the complaints, the continuous complaints about the same thing. I'm talking the same thing now. The same thing that you've heard multiple times in different ways. It could be the same broke down relationship that you could have even already gave them advice on it. They could have asked you before. But instead of them doing something about it, they just want to complain. But they're not taking any action. That's not a good friend. That's not a good friend who's willing to listen to someone that they care about make the same complaint over and over again, and then expect you to listen to it. Like, say for instance, you have a friend and they give you the same complaint, the same one. They just give you the same complaint in different scenarios, and it's usually about the same thing. And you're starting to notice a pattern. Like, you're talking about the same thing. So what did you do about it from the last time you spoke about it? Because of course friends can vent to one another when you trust in someone. That's kind of what we do if the person is open to it, and okay with you, because sometimes people don't want to hear that. Sometimes people are not willing to open themselves up to listen to someone else's problems because they have their own and they just not with it. However, friends do support each other, and they are there for one another when times get rough, because that's life. It's just that when you have someone that is complaining about the same problem that they were complaining about 2 years ago, or not even 2 years ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, because 2 years, that's super crazy. And then they're not taking any steps. You ask them, okay, so what steps have you taken to change that? And then they bring up another something that somebody did. But what did you do? And what did you do? Did you do anything? Clearly you didn't, because you keep on talking about the problem still after I'm asking you a question. Like, it's that energy. So that's someone who wants to wallow. That's someone who wants to complain. Complainers get stuck. Complainers that don't find a solution become stagnant, and they're just there. And they're like a broken record, or like a cartoon character. Cartoons, they wear the same clothes every day. It's like the same song playing every day on repeat, like a broken record. It's just the same old thing. And it's like, and it's not like it's a good thing, because some things could be same old thing and it could just be you doing you and you getting your life right. But then when you have the same old thing and somebody's continuing to bring you some drama-filled situation that They're not coming to you to be like, oh, I just want to talk about this because I want to know, what would you do? Or do you think it's right that I said that? Like, what's your opinion? Not saying that they have to hang on to someone's every word, but sometimes people just need to talk it out just to understand their situation from a different perspective to help them through it. So this is just giving that energy of, don't provide your energy to someone like this who is not willing to put any work in themselves. That's number one. And also just continues to complain. However, they never come to you with options of resolve. Like, okay, how are we going to resolve this? Because I'm not going to be sitting here listening to you complain about the same thing. Do you want to go to counseling? What do you want to do? Is there anything else? You want to write a letter to this person? What you want to do? You have to have something. You don't have anything. You're just going to keep complaining. So your life is never going to change. Your circumstances are never going to change if you're just going to keep complaining. Right? And I know many of you guys understand this because this is something that happens all the time. I don't understand it, why people love to complain but not make moves. I find that it actually is it's concerning. That's one thing. But it's also, it's a waste of energy, So use your energy wisely. If you have someone in your life like this, take heed and just know that they're not there yet. So for someone like this, it makes no sense for you to try so hard thinking that you're doing something that's good, which you have good intentions and that's great. However, if this person cannot receive what you're giving, even though they asked, then you can clearly say, I don't really think you're ready yet. If they get mad, they get mad. Whatever, because it's true. I don't think you're ready yet because you're showing me that you're not ready. I feel like that is just a simple situation. I feel like it's factual, and I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me how you feel about it. Because your energy is precious. You can't just give it away like that to someone who you'll give them all of that good stuff and then they turn around and do the same thing next week with the same thing. Like, did you even apply what I told you about? Oh, no, not yet. All right. So there's nothing else to talk about. Come back to me once you try it, and then we can talk. And at that point, it's like maybe, because you're probably going to come back again with the same stories. It's giving that energy, okay? So you don't want anybody to be out here draining you and trying to shun you, even though they're coming to you and asking you for help, but then once you give it, then they don't want to take action. There's too much loop-de-loos. Don't let these people drive you in a loop or up a wall, okay? Because you have things to do, okay? All right, my loves. Let me get a charm. Let me see. So this is just telling you that you're going to come in contact with individuals that they actually like toxicity and they want to stay there. And if that's the case, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that you have to. I have a little white kitten here. This is giving high-level intuitives. I feel like many of you resonate with this because you're nurturing and you're observant. Cats are very observant. You're observant. Your eyes are wide open like this kitty cat, this kitten. Look how big the eyes are. And the eyes are gold. So your eyes are on the prize. And I heard in this person's eyes are on the lies. So they'd rather not use their intuition. They'd rather just complain and not actually make the moves that they need to make to actually see a change in their lives. If that's what it is for some of these people that you come into contact with, or that you've contacted recently, or that you've been around recently, and you just know this energy, because this may not be for everyone. However, I feel like many of you have experienced this before. It's coming up in the energy, so it is what it is, but you're very intuitive, so you already know how you feel. And some of you might be in a place where you don't want to be like, I'm hearing rude, like you don't want to be rude. But it's not being rude if, look, that's a real friend. Look, friend, you tell him, if you want to change, you have to take action. You have to do something about it. You don't have to be nasty about it, because there's a way to deliver tough conversations, because healing conversations are tough as well. A lot of things I talk about are tough, and some people might not like it, but I'm not going to sugarcoat or water down what spirit gives me, because I know it can help someone. Okay, friend, if you want to change, be the change you want to see. And if not, stop complaining and just take it, because you like it, right? Okay, so that's what you could say to your friend, because you seem like you want to be there, because you're still there. You've been complaining about it for 5 years and you're still there, so you must like it. Now, sometimes people have situations where they feel like it's more so out of their control, but then they still have to look for different ways. I just feel like there's always a way, even if it seems like there's not. It's just about the actions you take and your approach to try to figure out how to improve the circumstances. That's just how I feel, you know? So, yeah. Preserve your energy, because you need your energy way more than this person, because they just, I heard misuse it, but it's also something else I want to say. They disregard it. You asking for something, but then you don't use it. That's like someone asking you for something that is very beneficial to you, something you use all the time. They take it and they don't use it, but then they don't give it back to you. And you're like, okay, where's that thing I let you borrow? Can I get that back? I need that. Oh, I can't find it. Did you use it? Oh, no, I didn't use it. I don't even know where it is. I got to look for it. Then they give it back to you and it's broken. No, 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 no. No, 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 honey. Just think about these things. This is what Spirit wants you to know in this reading. I hope this reading finds you at the best time to help you through a situation that you could be going through, that can give you clarity so you can make the right decision for yourself. Okay, and everything you do, do it with love. Always remember that the Creator is in you and the magic is too, because you are magic. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next video.